She walks it loud like a thunderstorm, debunking myths with style and form. True crime, conspiracies, her game. Melissa Jade, remember her name. She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. Microphone fierce like a roaring lion, unveiling secrets people been hiding. True crime queen of the digital scene, Melissa's got you hooked on her screen. She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. Murders to cover-ups, nothing misses. Melissa's here to share her guesses. She's got theories big and bold, no stone unturned, no case cold. She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. From murders to cover-ups, nothing misses. Melissa's here to share her guesses. She's got theories big and bold, no stone unturned, no case cold. She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. 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 She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Natasha.
Hello.
Girl, I decided to let me open my email for the first time in days right as the intro is playing, because that's when I save everything to do. And I see that I have a privacy complaint from yesterday's live because whose call did I play?
Wait, what?
I played Crazy Sarah's call yesterday.
Of course.
And I have a freaking privacy complaint trying to get the stream down.
Shocker.
Girl. And I know she won't yet. I know she won't be here to listen to this because it's a Tisha live, but damn, man, you cannot do calls with a convicted killer, okay? And it tells you it is monitored, it is recorded, okay? And you cannot then turn around and say your privacy is a concern. There is nothing identifying in those. I'm sorry that you put your own name and face out. That's on you, though. You cannot try to hit people's channels like that. That's really messed up. That's really messed up.
But in all fairness, it probably wasn't actually her, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah, probably. Well, I'm not going to do anything. And if they want to try to take it down, because basically you have 24 hours to edit it yourself. They give you the chance, edit yourself, figure out where there's a privacy, except the timestamp she gave isn't a timestamp. It's the whole video, which again, you're not allowed to do that either. But I'll let YouTube determine. That's so sad. That's so pathetic. But hello, everyone. Here we are. We're here for Tisha night, and I'm so excited. We've been waiting to do this. For months we've had this planned, and it's finally here. Hi, Turtle Dove. That's a great question, J13. See, they only like it when they can control it. If it's anything in the opposition or anything calling them on their crap, they're like, nah, get it down, get it down. Yes, sad sack, Sarah. I like that. I like that. Hi, Margaret. Exactly, Fancy Pants Nance. Hi, Chelsea. Okay, we have a great live tonight. We are going to be starting. It's probably going to get divided up into two streams because usually when I've done this on my own, it's still 2 streams. So it's going to be double the commentary now. I imagine it's going to take 2 streams. Did she, Sarah? Sarah says Sarah privacy struck Zav too. Did she? I heard that something about she had sent something that Zav pulled up and then tried to strike her. But I'm going to assume she wasn't successful as far as getting the call down. You can't do that. And it's so messed up to do that.
I'm not surprised at all. Like, at all. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. At least Raquel sings sweet nothings to us, unlike Sarah. Hi, Kimmy C. All right. So first things first, it is Find a Child Friday. And I had a skip last week, so we're doing double the weeks. And so Find a Child Friday is sponsored by Club 93. Get up, shut your lobes, physical activity, get out there. If you want to check out Club 93, their link is in the description. And our missing child of tonight's live stream is this beauty. We have Elvia Marilee. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Marilee Lazaro Perez. She has been missing since December 3rd, 2024 out of Caldwell, New Jersey. She is 17 years old. It says she was last seen on the 3rd of December, 2024. Although Elvia is missing from Caldwell, New Jersey, the Waterbury Police Department is interested in her whereabouts. So if you or anyone who knows information, please contact the Waterbury Police Department in Connecticut at 1-203-574-6911. And here she is. She has beautiful lips. Look at her lips. Gorgeous lips.
These are really pretty girl.
Okay. She is working at editing more calls. Yeah, you gotta trust. No, this is what you gotta do. Ready? Trust no one. Simple as that. Don't trust anyone, especially if they've communicated with Wade Wilson. I'll just say that.
For sure.
It's not our fault she recorded herself literally committing crimes. Like, not our fault. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Double Lisa. Hi, Harlot. Look, Harlot. Natasha's on panel. Who would have thought? Okay. Thank you, Julie, for a month, 1 year with this #1 community. Thank you for letting me a part of it. Of course. Thank you for being here, Julie. All right. Are you ready to go down the LeteciaStauch rabbit hole as far as her social media posts?
It's been a long time since I've gone over these.
Okay, question. Are you wearing earbuds?
Yes, is it echoing?
It's not echoing. You just sound very far away, which is okay. I could raise your volume, but it goes a little bit in and out.
Is it better?
Oh my God, yes.
Tons? Okay.
Oh
I always
God.
sound like I'm in a tunnel when I
Yes.
audio you.
It's so much better.
Yay.
I
Okay.
could never use my earbuds either because I get mine at 5 and below, and they're really good for hearing, but really bad for I couldn't answer a call with them or anything like that.
Well, they were like $20 on Amazon, so that's what I get.
Well, apparently there are some really good ones on Amazon for $25. I just haven't tried them yet. So I think you have to check out the reviews.
Yeah, don't get these.
I know. It's like, hi, Natasha. And now I can actually hear you.
Hi, guys. I didn't even say hey, but hi.
Hi. She did a whole interview with her and asked her to come up, then also asked her to read some files. And then, sorry, I don't mean to giggle. It's so messed up. It's so messed up. Hi, Beautifully Broken. Hi, Julie. Okay. So basically what we're about to go through, you have to remember Gannon's murder was the end of January. LeteciaStauch was not charged and arrested until March 2nd. So you really have that entire month of February that she was, how do I say, doing the most. She was doing the most. Oh no. A raged premenopausal cut my own hair tonight and took 7 inches up. No regrets, Lisa. No regrets. I'm sure it looks beautiful. Hi, Keith. Hi, Kimberly. And so we've listened to the pretext calls. You guys have seen the text messages, but what you haven't seen was the social media presence. Now, the main thing is Letecia was not sleeping, whether you believe that she was taking Gannon's Vyvanse, whether you believe she was just in a manic state or whatever it may be. She wasn't sleeping though, and that was absolutely a factor, in my opinion, into her poor decision making, even though she consistently makes poor decisions. But like, I have to believe it's a factor. So if she wasn't rage talking to Al and blowing him up, she was on Facebook, and she was, oh my goodness, she was doing the most. Like, seriously. So let's see. So these are going to just jump around, and we're just going to do our best, and we're going to read them, and we're going to react to them. And trust me, it's going to be very fun to react to.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Did you not, Linda? It's one of the most, Letecia's trial was one of the most transparent, heartbreaking, but educational trials I've ever watched. Like, we had so much transparency with it, but I really, really love Judge Werner.
Oh, me too. He's amazing.
He was a
Good judge.
boss.
Yeah, definitely.
He was great. He was so respectful. Not saying, other judges aren't, but he just reminded me of Papa. Like, he was great. I loved him.
For sure.
Then especially when he said, because Dr. Dorothy Lewis, she was basically the one defense witness, and she was so disrespectful and so late, and she was in, like, she had to get wheeled in, and I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, but if you knew her, you'd laugh, okay? So they had to start moving around, like, the audio equipment without Judge Werner's permission, and he was like, do I come into your house and move your futon? Don't come into my courtroom and start messing with wires.
I love it. I love it so much.
It was so amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Nina, I actually stopped mid-trial recap, and then now we've kind of gone back. So I have to finish out that trial recap because we never got to Dorothy.
Definitely. I can't wait.
It's so interesting. Okay, so let me pull. Yep, I think this is number 1. Okay, here, let me take the comments. So this, and again, it's going to kind of just jump everywhere, but we're going to do our best. So this is from, there was a Facebook group for the town that Tisha lived in. And she, obviously people, as soon as they saw that Spencer Wilson interview, went crazy. They started speculating, just like they do currently. Whenever there's like an active case going on or a missing child, you start to speculate. But when they saw that news interview, absolutely people were commenting that there's something wrong here. It doesn't make sense. I watched that interview, red flags have gone up, and Tisha obviously is not going to let people comment about her without going absolutely crazy and responding back to them. And this is what she's done. We get to get our Letecia. Yes, C. Carter, definitely. All right, so let's see. So this is just Tisha responding back and forth to people. And she's saying to Ashley, yes, idiot. Kids accidentally leave, you dumbass. They make bad choices. Get the fuck out of here. Because at this point, she's trying to push that Gannon accidentally left. Not even intentionally left, like accidentally left.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then she's like, you're a dumb keyboard warrior. Help out instead of type. You are a piece of crap, too.
God.
Then she writes, give me a break. You guys are fooled. This girl cared nothing about Gannon. And pause. Who's this girl, Natasha?
Well, that's a great question. Are we talking about in her perspective?
In her perspective.
Well, clearly, I'm assuming she's talking about Landon.
That's exactly who she's talking about. She's talking about Landon, who is Gannon's biological mom.
Always.
What makes her the most cruel, I'm telling you, is that, so here, I know you guys have seen her interactions with Albert. With these posts, you'll see a lot more of the accusations she made towards mom throughout this time.
Mm-hmm.
So she wrote, "Give me a break. You guys are fooled. This girl cared nothing about Gannon, and all the reason Albert is supporting her until the truth comes out. This girl would go days without calling her kids, gave them up for a man, was involved in criminal activity, got on drugs, and posted nude. I really don't care what any of you say, because she is a piece of shit, getting money off her child when she don't have shit and ain't never been shit. He fake cries," which she means her fake cries, "are to sucker y'all in, just like she did for years with Albert. Finally, he realized, and the kids came home. This was an accident, not some tragedy, and Gannon is alive. You are some wannabe reporters behind a keyboard. I was there. I have had contact with Albert. He knows the truth. G didn't want to be there because they pawned his items and had abuse around him. He wasn't running to her. If you cared about Gannon, you would get the facts straight and know that this is her front, and she did it for years."
Oh gosh.
Natasha, she knows what she did. She knows what she did. Yet she could still write that post knowing that's his mom and she had nothing to do with it.
And even, let's just play devil's advocate here. We know it's not true, but even if it were, like, to speak that way about any kid's parent who you actually do love is insane, let alone publicly. And not to mention the fact what he's missing at this point.
Right.
It's Letecia. It's Letecia.
But you know what? And I even fell, I don't want to say victim to it for lack of a better term, but I fell even for the narratives that was pushed, because I followed the case in real time, but it was before I even became a creator. And I didn't know Landon, but I heard of the rumors, and I didn't realize they were, well, I don't want to say I didn't realize they were rumors. They were definitely rumors, but like I believed some of the things I heard, which shame on me, but it was all from Tisha. It was Tisha pushing these narratives in the Facebook groups. And I know a lot of people ask, well, where was Biomom? Like she was there. She had a young baby at the time, Gannon's youngest sister. And there's a reason that Gannon and Lena were with their dad. But Letecia came out into these groups and put the most horrific accusations towards Landon. And it was really like just the cruelest. And thank you, Lisa. Happy Friday. I really don't think I've ever hated anyone like I hate this humongous, greasy human. Amen.
Same.
Amen. Right, Turtle Dove? I know, Cicely, Miss Daryl. I'm telling you, she's one of the most cruelest. And hi, Kathy Joe. Okay, so let's continue. Oh no, am I going backwards? Hold on, sorry, I would have gave a trigger warning. Hold on, I'm going the wrong way. Let me pull that down because I don't want to show that stuff without a trigger warning. Why is that going like that? Hold on. What? Okay. Pause. I'm going to have to send these like this. One by one. That's so weird. It's it's skipping over the batches, if that makes sense. It's like just skipping to the end, and it shouldn't be. So while I take a second and do this real quickly, hit the thumbs up, tell Natasha hello, be thankful she's here, because I'm very thankful. Does that put you on the spot?
I'm excited. We've been talking about it forever, but I was like, I've
never
done this before, so it's interesting, but I'm excited.
It's finally here. We've been talking about this for months, guys. I can't believe it's finally the time.
Finally.
Oh, come on. Okay, maybe I'll do half and then send the other half so you don't have to sit here like this and do this. Oh, you guys are all that talk about Jose Baez. Just wait. Just wait. It's going to be glorious. This is annoying as hell, though. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, let's just start with that. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa Dempsey. Congratulations, whoever got that. Thank you.
Yay.
All right. That's so weird. That's never happened before, but of course it's going to happen tonight. All right. Okay. Ready.
Let's
So
go.
let's do it. Congrats, Tiger Lily. No, she has no shame. All right, let me plug it in. Here we go. Okay, so this is someone who commented in the group, and they said, T did something to that little boy. She then knew she had to get him out of the house. Her text to Al about the little fire was her way of smoothing what she did. Baby boy is out there, most likely less than 20 miles away, hidden. This monster has shown her narcissism over and over. She knows exactly where Gannon is. You want to read Tisha?
Yes. You are an idiot. They have footage of the other side of that vehicle. Believe what you want because of a neighbor who was paid to release one half.
So you've heard this in the pretext calls. She swore that, oh yeah, no. That last footage that we have of Gannon from the neighbor's house of her backing up, there's a whole other half that he will not show, which was a lie. It wasn't true at all. Yeah, that was a complete lie. But watch, because the news station will come out and debunk her soon enough. Yeah, why would they pay for the wrong half? Now, isn't that a great question? Exactly. Please do our accent, Natasha.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
Hi, Brandy. Okay, and then this is the continuation when she was like, you guys are an idiot. Okay, so we read that one. Okay, so I have to go this way. All right. So then Diana responds, T Stauch, okay, I did think of him getting out on the other side of the truck. It's very possible. Reports say that you told police you took him to the doctor. Do you have proof of that? There's so much that doesn't sound good for you. I honestly want to believe you are innocent. Now, skirt, here's something that a lot of people don't know unless they were following from very early on. And I'll show you the messages. They'll pop up at some point in these batches of screenshots. But one of Tisha's very first narratives, I don't know if you remember that, Natasha, she claimed Gannon, stayed home on that Monday, but she took him to the doctors.
Yes.
Very early on, but she ditched that real quick. But day one, she claimed she took him to the doctors. And that is obviously a very black and white. There would be record of that. Then I called a nurse hotline to then I ditched it completely altogether. And I went to that Craigslist bike story that she went to.
God, one of a million.
Okay, so then this is just some of the stuff people were saying. So you want to just alternate with me?
Sure.
Okay, go for Donna.
Where's the step monster?
I didn't see her there.
Oh.
So this is Sue responding back.
She's probably parked across the street in her rental car.
Probably smarter for her to not be there because of the video release. I'm not sure anyone really wants to see her until there are answers.
True that. If it were my stepchild and I was innocent, I would be there no matter what anyone thought of me. The only way I would not be there is if I had something to do with his disappearance. She keeps making herself look more and more guilty.
And here comes Tisha, and I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reactions get me too.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, read that one.
Jeez.
Okay. Let me see. Because a couple of them are repeats. So read those. Yes. Okay. So these are really disturbing. So there was I guess, yeah, this was part of the GannonStauch discussion group. Why am I discussion group? And this is with Tisha and another, I don't know if it was a creator at the time or just someone who was in a Facebook group, like in charge of running a group. Now you would think, no way, a guilty stepmom who just did that and already is severely screwed with police, because you have to keep in mind what she was what she was telling police at this point. And now on the run, basically, she wouldn't dare to just openly talk to anybody who messaged her, right? Creators or from the discussion groups. Oh, no. Of course she did. And she screwed herself. And here's the crazy thing. None of these posts, nothing was used at trial. That is how much evidence they had against her, Natasha, is they didn't even need all of this.
Like, not even, it's crazy how much was actually left out, how much they didn't need. That's how bad it was.
Yes. So, okay, Tisha is in the gray. Tisha says exactly. And yes, they're a bit out of context, but whatever. So you read the blue.
Oh, yeah, the video released from when Gannon had burned the carpet by mistake. Everyone was posting how at the end they heard him say he was bleeding.
He did bleed. I never hid that. That's where the blood came from. Once again, another fact I told police. So here's Tisha admitting, oh yeah, no, well, they found blood by the carpet. Oh yeah, no, he did bleed. He did bleed. Hi, Pepper. Hi. And she has multiple reasons of why he bled, but you have to realize this is the blood that was by the candle. And that was Sunday night. So this is one of the things that'll always haunt me about the case, Natasha, is not knowing what happened with that candle incident and what caused Gannon to actively bleed on that carpet to where I believe she intentionally burned it to try to hide it or cover it up. But what injuries did he already have the night before?
That caused that. Yeah, that's exactly. I think that's like especially for those of us who have been like around for like your coverage of this for a long time, I feel like that's like the main thing that we're all stuck on, you know? Yeah. It's like the key to the puzzle.
It'll be the piece that I don't think we will ever have the answers to.
Same.
Tiger Lily says, I remember this in real time. People were getting her to keep posting and maybe slip up. They were screenshotting anything she wrote and putting it on Twitter. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I think it's a little cut off, but it's fine.
What was he bleeding from on the video? Because I know it was mentioned how his foot got wrapped in the garage because he stepped on something in there, but never understood the I'm bleeding.
Right, because his foot, by her admission, already was bleeding on Saturday night. But now we're dealing with a Sunday night bleed, and he wasn't killed till Monday. So this poor boy went through. I don't want to imagine what he went through. Hey, Nav! You think she set the blankets on fire that he was sleeping? Oh, God.
I've wondered.
Yeah. Go ahead, Natasha.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, I've wondered about that myself.
A lot of people speculate the fire was some people think it was the first attempt to take his actual life. Other people think she was trying to stage it, thinking about the break-ins and stuff that Allie and Bendy are putting out. She always had to step it up. So was she trying to set it up in a way where it was just enough to get Albert back home and maybe went too far, and then she decided to take his life because he would be able to communicate what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I know.
Yeah, fancy pants. But Tisha is like, oh, okay, hold on. I have an answer for everything. I don't know why she cared to even convince people in Facebook groups or creators, but she did. She did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. You want to read Angela?
Sure. T was texting with a friend, exact date unknown, approximately mid-February, and the friend asked T why she didn't face the camera in that interview, and T implied that she couldn't show her face because her face was bruised due to details that haven't been released yet. She also said she had Baya's law firm handling the case, and she told the girl that she was 9 weeks pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Another cash baby.
Mm-hmm. But wait, there's more.
Oh, God. Just another series of her lies. She never stuck with a single story, and none of what she says is true. Not a single thing. I'm glad her friends are realizing how manipulative she really is.
So why in that infamous Spencer Wilson interview is she facing with her back on the camera? Oh, well, that's because Tisha now claims she was bruised and she didn't want, the details weren't released yet. And she was 9 weeks pregnant.
Of course.
But whatever, right? Doesn't matter. You're putting it in black and white, memorializing evidence. I guess that doesn't matter.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, so this is where they last left off, and this is the one that you had read. So it says, but never understood the I'm bleeding part on the video. I didn't understand where he was bleeding from. And so here comes Tisha saying he set a fire on accident. What do you mean? The candle broke from the heat, and I jumped on the fire. You want to tell the lovely audience what the problem with that is?
That's not what happened, and the candle never broke.
The candle never broke. The moron put the candle in the fucking garbage, and it was in one piece. And in the photos she documented that I just accidentally showed one a minute ago, the candle is not shattered. So now she's like, oh yeah, let me just once again think on the spot for a lie, not caring at all if it's going to line up or if it's going to screw me in that. No, the candle shattered and he stepped on the candle and then his foot got cut, and that is what the blood is from. It doesn't matter that I just posted the photos that show the candle was in one piece. Never mind that.
Nope.
Jeez.
Whatever will get her through that moment. Like, it's like she doesn't have the ability to, or she doesn't care, I guess, to realize these are things that are easily proven.
Exactly.
Easily proven.
But, Gannon accidentally started the fire, didn't realize that he was literally on fire. It took Tisha and the smoke detectors to go off before Gannon even flinched. And then here she comes to the rescue, jumping on, putting the fire out. This whole crazy scenario where they had to leave and the candle broke and he stepped on it, and that's where the blood is from. Sure, Tisha.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you're blue.
Sorry, I meant what made him bleed. Was it the busted candle that made him bleed?
He stepped back on his foot from before. So yes, we couldn't see to get out of downstairs. It was too smoky and the alarm was saying fire, fire, fire.
Oh.
And we ran out as fast as we could barefooted.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I can't even read that. Like, it doesn't. Not at all. I'm glad you guys made it out safe, though. That had to have been very scary for both of you.
So, another thing, the alarm never said fire. They're able, like, everything is so logged these days. They're able to determine whether a fire alarm did go off and whether it actually audibly said fire. And it didn't. It didn't, Tisha.
No.
But again, she didn't give a crap. She didn't care if it made sense. I don't know if she thought they would never look into it, but this just shows you someone who was literally never held accountable before. She was always able to get away with her lies.
Yep. It's easier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Read that one.
There we go.
Another fact I told police.
What was the dating?
I love this one.
Huh?
I love this one. I love this one.
I know. Me too.
Okay, go ahead.
There we go. Hey, everyone is passing around your messages about taking a polygraphic test.
I know. It's funny. Eliminating in potential jury members. If something happens, they are the idiots.
What does that mean? Sorry, I've never heard of that before. I never heard of the eliminating on potential jury members. LOL, I'm still new to certain things about this case. I've just never heard of it. I'm guessing that means... Sorry,
Yeah, it's cut off.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. So, Tisha, does an innocent person think, oh, yeah, haha, eliminating potential jury members when you haven't been charged yet? Why are you thinking of a trial
Exactly.
if you're innocent?
Exactly.
But Tisha didn't just tell Al about that fake polygraph. She went right onto social media and sung her praises about how she passed. She didn't even pass a fake one. You're contaminating the crime scene. Okay. Okay, here's a post on Twitter. You want to read Rosa?
Yes. Rumor has it that Stauch is claiming you are representing her. And by rumor, I mean there's a screenshot of her saying that. I can't.
There's a rumor that you're representing Stauch, and by rumor, I mean she literally said it and it's screenshotted to Jose Baez. And Jose Baez had a tweet back, "This is not true." So I just think it's so funny because to this day, even Vivian and Wade go for Jose. Oh, that is the most epic mic drop.
No explanation. This is not true.
This is not true.
I don't
But they
know
didn't,
her.
hey, ATS, they didn't just have to do this once. They had to do this twice.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I don't blame him.
Okay, so this is a continuation of the rest of the text we just read. So you can continue with the I'm guessing.
I'm guessing that means you've never done the polygraphic test, and that was just to get them to be quiet?
No, I did the test.
Oh, okay. What does the other thing mean then?
Like, if something was going to go to trial, if people are summoned and have involved in public opinion, they are disqualified.
Oh, damn. So how did the test go, though? Who cares?
Oh, damn. So how'd that test go? Okay, let me see. Yeah, okay. So a little bit blurry. Can you do it?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's why people were accusing you, because of your location on his disappearance. Which, I mean, it's hard on knowing what to believe, and people are going to blame you and point fingers at the person last seen with someone who disappeared, and knowing it's a child, and you're a step-parent, and the way the world is crazy these days with step-parents, it puts your innocence in a tough spot, you know? I like to keep an open mind, though, as best as I can. Holy run-on sentence.
I didn't want people to see the marks on my face. It will come out. So this wraparound to that message or post we saw earlier about how she did the interview not facing the camera because she just didn't want people to see the marks on her face, okay?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. So then the post.
Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. What marks did you have? Was it from the candle thing?
Let's just say I did my best to protect Gannon. A person from lawyer is about to post stuff soon. I got the Baez law firm. That's why I have to be vague. We haven't released that yet. He is flying to meet me with them.
Okay. You're good. I understand you're not allowed to say much. Due to it being an ongoing investigation, and no matter what I say or how I say it, I don't expect you to believe me 100% because I'm a stranger and you're just meeting me. And
I don't know. It cuts off.
I know.
So, Tisha says, just have to keep praying it every day.
It doesn't even make sense. Okay.
Nope.
Hey, someone said you're pregnant. Are you? How far along are you now? How was your day today?
8 weeks today. Just so
But-
ridiculous.
Okay, never mind. I was like, wait, didn't they just say 9? But that was someone else. Never mind.
Mhm.
Okay. Regardless. All congrats to you. When did you find out?
I knew for a few weeks.
Aw. What did Al say about it?
Not sure.
You haven't told him?
Like, what? Like, why? Like, even if you would talk like this to a complete stranger, like, you're even bringing in the marriage issues, like, not sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you kidding?
Like, her responses are just so strange anyway, and a lot of them don't, not only are they like they just don't make sense. They're weird. They've got random words thrown in that shouldn't be there. It's just weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I giggle when I see it because I know what's coming.
I know. Hey. Oh, wait, did it move? Yeah, it keeps. Okay. Assuming you passed the poly test?
Yes, for sure. Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
How you guys heard those calls from the fake polygraph test? You heard her saying, okay, so like, do you just destroy it? Or, and yet here she is the same day out here claiming, oh yeah, no, I passed flying colors. Not an issue.
Knowing that she did, like, that's the thing again. It's easily going to be proven that you're lying every time.
It's the most peculiar thing about her lies is she did not care whether or not it would follow through. Like, she just cared about right now, let me get out of this one situation and I'll worry about the next one when the next one happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
So can I get my $500 back?
That's what I was laughing about too.
Alina, oh my goodness, how are you? It's lovely seeing you. No, she did not care.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So this is Tisha's mom. So I know a lot of people who are more newer, like, has asked about Tisha's family and stuff. This was her mom. Now, granted, it could be her mom or it could be Tisha, because Tisha was going into everyone's accounts and posting under their accounts.
Yeah.
So
and speaking from like first person.
Yes, and speaking from first person. But she messed up a couple of times, if you remember, and we'll get to those. She really messed up. Yep. I don't know, Lisa. So, thanks, Alina. Congratulations, guys. Thank you, Alina. It's just lovely seeing you. So thank you for being here.
The Green Queen.
Yeah, the Green Queen. Oh, I forgot that.
Yes.
Hey, Twisted Stitches. Yes, she did. And I'm going to show you guys that she totally got, and this is, again, one of the most twisted parts about her is she did drag in her own biological child. Not saying that it's at all okay for her to do that to her stepchildren, but like, I guess one could speculate, well, maybe like, would she do that with a stepchild, but not her bio child? No, she did not care. She did not care.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's a nope, it's a black heart still. Ha ha. It's a black heart. Yeah, Sarah. Okay. So this says, I find this incredibly interesting now. And this was posted February 4th, 2020. Deborah Sue Locklear is Tisha's mom. She did a Q&A in a public group a few days ago. News article from today, video showed Letecia and Gannon get into a red pickup truck in the driveway of their home around 10:15 a.m. About 4 hours later, the truck returns to the house and Letecia gets out of the vehicle alone. Now, pause. We now know that not to be the case. It's just Gannon got out the other side, but they were able to determine that he was in the vehicle. You just can't see it. That's why she's always screaming about, they have the other side of the footage. A lot of us did not think Gannon got out that vehicle, but he did.
Yeah. I was one of them. I too wondered that, especially with the pictures and everything, until we learned otherwise.
Yep. And so this is her mom, which you could read. I think the second one's cut off, but just do your best.
All right. I believe you, Deborah. Now answer me this. Who all saw Gannon on Monday between 11 and 4? See if someone... Are you... Wait.
Sorry.
No, get off. There we go. I don't know why it's like the phone and the laptop have two different views here. So there we go. See if someone picked them up, leaving out around 10:30 and coming back around 2:30. I don't know how to do that.
So just so you know, whichever one you're on with me will be a couple of seconds ahead of whichever one you're watching.
That makes sense.
Yes. So I'll keep that in mind as I'm zooming up and zooming out. Because I forget that, which I apologize.
No, that's okay. Thank you. Okay.
On your channel, ATS? Good night, Julie.
Yay.
That's so awesome. I'm so excited.
Me too. That's how I got started with ATS. Was watching.
Me too.
Yeah. So good.
So good. Sorry. This is Jose Bias, who makes a post saying, I have to yet again go on the record and say that my firm is not involved in the GannonStauch case in any way, shape, or form. Please do not contact my firm with further inquiries, as I do not comment on pending cases of this nature. Hashtag GannonStauch. She was doing the most.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen anything like that before. Have you, Natasha?
No. And can you imagine how many people were probably reaching out to him, like in the worst ways?
In the worst ways.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, my God. How embarrassing. Yeah, even he didn't want to claim Letecia. No, sir.
She'd still be like, but he has to say that. He can't tell everybody he's representing me. Ridiculous.
Okay, Jules Juju Lockley. Is that her half-sister? I think Jules was her half-sister.
I think so.
Okay, Go ahead. You could read it. This is Letecia's half-sister, guys.
It's taking a toll on all of us. I just want Gannon home, and I just want all the people in Colorado to shut the fuck up about my blood sister. It's really starting to get the best of me. Real talk.
Sounds a lot like Tisha.
Absolutely, yeah.
But to be fair, it is the blood of her blood. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, can go both ways.
Okay. So ready? Sorry, I get so excited with these.
I know.
So this is someone who wrote, T is up early on Harley's account. Everyone keep your eyes peeping for new internet fuckery. So this is a post made on Harley's Facebook account. And look what it says. It says, Albert and Tisha have been together for 6 years and married 5. Tisha helped cover for Landon all the time to get to see her kids when she lost everything, even letting her stay at our house, picking her up, letting her borrow money, etc. Albert eventually told Tisha to not enable her and to not talk to her unless it involves exchanging the kids at breaks.
Not mom. Tisha.
Not mom, right? Who calls mom? You definitely call mom Tisha, right? What is wrong with her?
Jeez.
It's insane. Like and you'll see the slips where she accidentally switches to first person still under Harley's account, but she went onto her own 17-year-old child's Facebook account and would post defending her, but this is why a lot of people speculated Harley could have had knowledge, or some people think involvement, but that's all because her mom really dragged her into everything.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
It's hard to fathom for sure, because the speculation was already there without her help. You know what I mean? Without Letecia's help, and she just made it so much worse for her own kid. It's so sad.
Yeah. No, Harley. I don't even know that one exists. But okay, you want to read Megan's comment?
Yes. This is what Harley's comment was addressing.
So people knew in real time what was up.
Yeah, for sure.
So, at B Thompson News, is this true? Stepmom is claiming y'all paid the neighbor $5,000 to only release half the video. It shows Tisha's comment, like we read before, saying they have the other side of the footage, but they were paid to only release half. So Brandon Thompson responds, which you could do.
No, we did not pay anyone for video in this story.
Dun, dun, dun. So everyone was debunking Tisha left and right. Love it. Okay. So this was Tisha and someone else messaging on Facebook. And I'm trying to remember.
Me too.
Oh, we'll figure it out. This was February 20th. You want to read Tisha?
My husband said Tuesday. Lena has to be back in school.
Aw. Every time I see them searching, I feel like they're on a fool's errand. And then I read that the law enforcement said that there are several people of interest. But according to them, people of interest just means they may have information.
What's POI, person of interest?
Yes. And then February 20th, they say, now everyone is losing it over screenshots of you saying you hired Jose Baez. Okay, okay. Gosh. So this is, again, just random messages between her and someone. You want to read the blue?
Yes, it does. When did he text his friend Jimmy? Was that true? Did they find a text?
No. He texted his dad to go play with Jimmy, but stepmom was home when he texted his dad. He was not at school Monday. He did not go to Jimmy's house. Dad didn't even know who Jimmy was. He is his friend from school, but Jimmy never heard from him. I don't know, girl. Blank is my friend in contact. She thinks the stepmom is involved and met her. She says it doesn't make sense and she's acting strange. Says she gets hysterical at times and no one can talk to her. She thinks she is hiding something. Detectives had leads last night, so I'm assuming they are looking into the family. Yesterday afternoon, they were trying to find out if anyone at all has seen him since Friday, and no one has seen him physically, just via text. They were looking for persons of interest. Not good. Crime unit is involved in telling and then it's cut off. Wow. Now here's a text, like a Facebook update status from Tisha.
Me?
Yep.
Update. Cops came, 6 of them, searched the house because they said sometimes kids are good at hiding. Got all the information and I'm sorting through all your right now. My chest hurts so bad. I haven't eaten since 9 a.m. I feel like I'm having a panic attack. Thanks for all you guys are doing and keep us in your prayers. Ugh, I can't stand her. It's all about her.
All about her. So and you have to remember, I don't like to repeat it, but what she was doing at the time these posts were made, It is horrific. And she actually found the time to come on and make these posts acting like a concerned stepmom.
Exactly. Sick.
So this is Landon, which is Gannon's bio mom. And this was an older post, and it's heartbreaking, but it's from back in 2016. And she had wrote, "So I asked my little man this morning about Jesus and what he knows. And he tells me the story about how Jesus died. And because of that, we can live. I asked him, how does he believe that? And he says, you just do. So I proceed to ask him, but why do you just know? He then says, I believe in him, mommy, because he believes in me."
Ugh,
I know.
it breaks my heart. It's so sad.
It's so strange because obviously, like, we've never got a chance to meet Gannon, and you could really only gauge off the photos or like short videos that you've watched, but his spirit is strong, and you could just tell he was an old soul and just
Yeah.
a really gentle, innocent boy.
Loving, like a loving boy too, and it's just like, it sucks that he had to be around her ever, let alone, what all played out. But
Well, even Tisha couldn't ever say a bad word about him. By her own admission, he would always be the first one to help take out the garbage if she
yeah,
wasn't feeling well. And I believe that.
I do
I
too.
believe all of that.
I do too, wholeheartedly, for sure.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
I know.
So this is one of the original. So look at the date, okay? This is Tuesday, January 28th. And what I want you to really focus on is the time. So the murder was Monday, the 27th. Now, around 6 a.m. on the 28th, and Harley Hunt was questioned heavily about this when she took the stand, because it was this next morning that Letecia would move Gannon's body for the first time. At this point, he was still in the storage room the night before in the suitcase when police got there and did their walkthrough. She then woke up the next morning and she went and moved that suitcase into the back of the Tiguan before Al was coming back from the airport. And some speculate when she kept the Tiguan at the airport, there's a chance that the suitcase was in the back, or she may have dropped him off on the side of the road where we know that he would later be put for a period of time. But the point in this is, in the middle of moving his body, she's still answering random people on Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? Could you imagine? Like not even just doing that, but that should, even for the killer, it would be a stressful moment, you would assume, right?
Yeah.
But Tisha, her phone's going off and she's randomly just filling up the lies. Like, yep, who gives a crap what these random people are saying to you? You're moving his body.
Mm-hmm. I also wonder how much of it was like paranoia too. Like how
right.
she had to be in on like every little detail that was coming at her to see if, anyone was onto her.
You're absolutely right. And she had a lot of paranoia.
Absolutely.
But not enough at the same time, right? Like she had a lot, but not enough at the same time.
Exactly.
Welcome, Tiffany. Thanks for joining, hon. Okay, so Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. Have y'all found Gannon?
No.
Wow. Did he not go to school with Lena?
This happened at after 3:30. We talked to him then and told him to be home by 6.
Notice she says, we talked to him then, and we told him to be home by 6. Al never spoke to Gannon. He was home with you. Al wasn't even in the state, but that's a tactic she uses to get the heat off of herself. So the person says, someone posted he wasn't at school either.
He had to go to the doctor for his stomach.
See, one of the very first narratives is he had to go to the doctor. She didn't think that one through.
Not at all.
Where did he say he was at?
But he was here in the afternoon. Honestly, I don't keep up with friends. Albert lets them walk around the neighborhood, and yet throwing him under the bus at the same time.
Yep. I wish I was there to help. I'm so sorry.
I never did that with Harley, so I don't have any of their number. Albert had them. Yeah.
So she's throwing shade at Albert. Albert lets him walk around and be with friends. I don't know. I never did that with Harley, but I'm just the good mom.
Yeah. The best one.
Thank you, Lisa, for 11 months. 11 months of the best community. Thank you, MJ. Thank you. Thank you. So all while moving his son's body, she's throwing shade at Albert.
No surprise. No surprise at all.
The worst type of evil.
100%.
Okay. Go ahead. Read our Stauch update in the Facebook groups.
Oh, Lord. Update. He was seen on several different camera footages that was sent to me, and there was black sports car very close on one. I can't with her. The way she writes, it drives me nuts.
I know.
I can't.
So people are naturally like, well, what time and where? Can you prove an accurate description of what he was wearing? Or is it jeans and a blue sweatshirt accurate? So I want you to also know, no, he was never seen on several different camera footage. Okay. This was Tisha. Naturally, if you put like a bolo out, hey guys, there's a missing child. He was last seen wearing this and that. People are going to look out and they're going to give tips. Tisha knows these tips weren't accurate, but she kept using them as verified, confirmed sightings and even used it with Alan Landon while knowing, no, it was not.
No.
Okay, these are Landon and Letecia's messages.
Yeah.
When Landon was about to come down because her son is missing, right? And can I stay at your house? Financial issues, money is tight, and it's our son, right? So Landon asked Tisha, I'm leaving here with my brother at 3:30 from Myrtle. Can we stay there? So this is what Tisha responds.
Just ask Albert so he isn't upset with me about making decisions without asking. But someone can't get you from the airport. Can. Harley or I can. Sorry, I typed can't. I'm heading out with the neighbor searchers.
Find my baby, please.
These are hard too.
Find my baby, please. Find my baby. Can you send me the pics of him at the store or anything you have? So again, this is right after Tisha moved his body. So there are no pictures of him at the store because that sighting was not him, but she was getting them to believe. Oh, you want to tell them? You want to tell them what she did? How she used Gannon's phone?
Oh my God. You know what? I was about to mention that a few minutes ago. It was like, it reminds me of her like using his phone to contact her, and like down to, the suitcase given to her by her aunt. And it just like all these things come back to Landon, and it makes me so sick.
Yep. She, Gannon's phone was still with Tisha, obviously. And there's only one person she contacted from Gannon's phone when Gannon was missing. And that was Landon. That was his mom. So she called Landon from Gannon's own phone to tell her he was missing.
Can you imagine like just seeing like his name pop up? I don't know. She knew what she was doing.
Twisted. Like disgusting. There really are no words to describe.
There's not. Yeah, there aren't.
Well, she did for a smidge, but she didn't ever go and look. Hi, Nicole B. Never.
No.
Okay. So these are just people saying prayers go up, but this person commented under Tisha's post. You want to read it?
This isn't the latest update. They found blood in your damn sister's home. She's a murderer. Stop trying to cover up and start telling the truth so this baby can finally rest in peace.
This was under her sister's post that we read before. So people are like, nah. They found blood. Like, what is going on?
I love the ones that call her out. I just love it.
Now this is this Landon's mom, Michelle? No, this would be her husband's at the time. Maybe her sister-in-law.
I know. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure that's her sister-in-law.
Yeah, I think sister-in-law.
Yeah, because yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you're right.
So you guys, Tisha and Landon were best friends. Okay, they were friends on a softball team, and that is how Tisha met Al. So they have history. But she had right. She was Landon's best friend. There you go. Know some facts. Everything out of stepmom's mouth is a lie. Landon is Landon is my sister-in-law and would do anything for those kids. If you only knew the story. So you want to read the question? Meow.
I'm sorry. I was just typing to J13. That's me. Sorry.
You're fine. Meow.
Okay. He's very vocal. T, the stepmom, was Landon's best friend.
Yes, and had an affair with her husband, Albert. Landon still loved Tisha even after doing her dirty. So it seems like Tisha took everything from Landon even before she was with Al, when Landon was still with Al. Her husband, her kids, her life, everything. And then she took her son. Okay, I read that before. Here's a Stauch update, Natasha.
Another. I wanted to give everyone an update. I'm sorry I haven't been able to write you back. We don't have any new updates today. We do know that he was at a store last night in Colorado, but the cameras did not pick up the car. Albert left his training and just landed. From point A to B was not possible by foot, according to the time of camera A and B. Therefore, he had to be in a car. We don't know with who or why, because he wasn't old enough to have friends with a car that anyone was aware of. The National Guard has activated public affairs officers and are working with the county police. They will upgrade it to a missing child today.
So again, no, that was not the case. This was genuine people who, anytime they saw any type of sighting of a child around that, description and age, they called it in for a tip. And Tisha used it as a verified sighting, so she wouldn't be the last one who had eyes on him. Oh, God. So this is
Oh, here we go.
Underneath Tisha's post wrote, "Hi, Tisha. I miss you, girl. Been a minute since the Faith days."
Oh.
And then under Harley Hunt's account responds,
"Yes, miss you guys too. Hope you are doing well."
The person says, "The kiddos are doing great. I see yours has grown into such a beautiful young lady. She was so little the last time I saw her. My, how time has flown. Are you even in the area anymore? I keep seeing you all over the place."
I am there sometimes, but my husband is stationed in Colorado. But I do travel a lot. Glad everyone is doing well.
I'm sorry. Whose husband? Harley's? She's 17, hon. Whose husband? That's Tisha not switching accounts before she answers back. She's caught. God, she was so sloppy.
It's so bad.
So sloppy, but so sad to know your own mom would put you in this position,
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
Hey, AU mom. They manage the statements from the military, so things get. Oh, okay. Whoops. Oopsie daisies. Okay. So once again, it was Tisha who put out the candle video, the photos, everything. She put out all of this all on her own, which I have no idea why she would do it, but she did. And so in this Facebook chain, it says, do the police have the dogs out? I know it is raining and wet, but still worth a shot. So then Tisha writes,
Took this yesterday.
and it's the photo of them on the hike on that Sunday, the day before.
Poor kid.
So poor Landon had to come in, and because Tisha was trashing her all over social media while her son is missing, she has to then deal with the Facebook and make this post saying, I never lost my kids. However, being in the hospital for 7 months, my kids could not stay here. So yes, they moved with them for 1.5 years, and the rest of their lives they were with me. I do not have a rap sheet. We were staying with my mother after the hospital with Nova, which is Gannon's youngest sister. Jealous of how the kids were when they were with us. Not an addict. She fought for my kids for 5 years, and she could not handle it because now my son is missing. Last thing Landon needed to be dealing with at a time like this.
Absolutely.
It's completely heartbreaking.
I know. My heart breaks for her a lot. Still.
She was so strong at trial, though. Oh, wow. I give her so much credit.
Oh, me too. Her statement was, her and Elle both got to me, really. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So here are some emails between Al and Letecia before the pretext calls that we listened to, about 4 days before the first pretext calls we listened to. But this is Al to Letecia.
I can see from your emails that we are on the same side. We all just want Gannon home. That's my main focus, but this is so hard without having you to talk to and snuggle with at night after these long days. I am working on the media QA. Don't know if it will happen yet. I hate the media.
Okay. So this is Tisha in the Lorson Ranch Residents Facebook group saying, update. El Paso County is going to make a public announcement. My husband's unit, Public Affairs, will be working with them as well. We do not have anything other than he was at the store in Fountain and there was no camera view at the car. We are 99% sure he was on Academy last night, according to some pictures. He did not go to school today, nor have we heard from him. Thank you, everyone. So this was the same day she murdered him, just hours later, guys. She's in the Facebook group. And she's doing confirmed sightings when no, he was not seen at all.
And thank you, everyone. I don't know. Just weird.
What?
Huh?
What are you saying?
No, I said her just being, oh, thank you, everyone. Just
yeah.
It's just so weird. It's just so off base.
I thought you were saying to the chat, thank you, everyone.
No.
What?
No.
What'd you do? But yeah, no, thank you, everyone. So this is the update. You just brutally took his life, and he's in the storage room while you have police walking through that. Like, where is even the stress factor? I cannot understand it.
Yeah, and just all these updates that are just it's so sick.
And yeah, I'll apologize to Landon. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, Lisa, exactly. So this person writes, if your home was a safe haven for Gannon in comparison to the horrible place he was rescued from, Landon's, then why did he leave? Why weren't you combing the fields that Monday with the rest of the volunteers? Because there was a search party that Monday for him.
Yeah.
So Tisha writes,
thank you. I have been in a different capacity looking through lineups. Get the facts. Jesus.
Looking through lineups, because now she changed her story to the Guardo. He broke in, sexually assaulted her and took Gannon. And so, yeah, I have been looking through lineups. No, she did not.
No.
So Annette says, people are just frustrated that he hasn't been found. That's it. We have been deeply moved by his disappearance, which has no possible leads. As a stepmother myself, I couldn't bear the thought of any child disappearing under my care. Please, as a stepmom, if there is any lead or possibility, please help us find him. So more compassion from strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this was the 10th. Okay, that's the one you read. So then he writes, oh, wait, I remember. I have clear versions. Yep. See, I finally remembered.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So Al writing to Tisha.
Tisha, you don't understand. On top of Gannon being missing and have no information, I cannot even see or find my family either. Every move I make, I feel like someone is looking over my shoulder, and you know I hate that. I just want to be home with my family. I asked the media lady to think about letting me do a Q&A so I can say some words that only me and you would know or understand. Please be listening for that so you'll know my heart.
Now, before anyone freaks out, at this point, again, this was before even the first pretext call, he had to smoothie her to get information about where his son was.
Do anything in that situation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it takes.
So he says, and this is February 14th, the same day as the first pretext call, Valentine's Day. Tisha, I want to give you whatever I can to solve this dilemma. You know, I always have given you everything you wanted that I was able. Uncle Jeff is leaving for his flight like 11-ish. So can we talk then? Please. Now this was being set up as the pretext calls for the FBI. Good night, Chief. Hi, Pipsqueak. Now I feel like there was... Okay. So then we have this baby caps post. Because what does Tisha do? Tisha is the one who posts those messages and emails from Al herself because the general public is like, why isn't your man standing by you? Why aren't you guys together? What's going on? So she posts those to prove, look, he's still in love with me, he's begging to talk to me. So
Yeah.
Baby Caps writes.
So, Tisha Stauch claims she's pregnant and that Al hates the media. Why? They've been nothing but amazing and helpful to him. I bet she forged these before she uploaded them to Facebook. I can't believe Al would say any of this. I should have read the hashtags.
Oh, no, that's fine. Okay. So I read those. I'm not going to read that. I remember. I don't like to read those.
Yeah.
I don't want to read that either. So Sarah writes, I don't know if it's not a rule anymore, but when I rode the bus, we were not allowed to get off at any other stop than our town. I'm sorry, any other stop than our own, unless we have a note from our parents. I would start with the bus driver if anyone can get a hold of someone at the school district. So T responds,
We have covered that too. He was here after the bus came. Thank you.
ugh, just so sick for you.
Ugh.
So Ashley asks, was he home and then just went back out after school? I just want some clarification.
He was home, and every day they have to ride laps or play outside after school and can stay out to 6.
Okay, gotcha. What time did he last check in? By the way, I'm in the new build area and checked out cameras. Didn't see anything there. So T responds,
After school, 3:15 to 4 o'clock-ish.
call them again. Checking now, T. I'm a few doors down the south. Sorry.
Thank you. We have over and over, and they kept telling us no one is available.
Bitch, she knows. Yeah, they knew immediately. As soon as that Spencer Wilson interview came out, everyone's red flags went up.
Yep.
Okay. So people are obviously asking what his last outfit was, what was the last thing he was wearing, things like that, and she gave very inaccurate statements.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely close. My only thing is he didn't have a jacket on in that video, but he could have left it somewhere.
Every other kid that time of day was heading the opposite direction. That's why it seems strange, and I posted it. It's on a Stingray walking from Lorson Road towards Declaration. So people are posting ring camera footage, anything that they could find that could possibly be Gannon caught on video. And Trevor says, does he walk like that? Is that how he wears his hat? I'm sorry, his hair? We can get other neighbors to pull to their ring if that's him. James could be onto something.
He did ask me yesterday, another going to Stingray, but we went hiking. I'm going to let me husband look too.
It's going to let me husband look too.
Good Lord, girl.
So she's entertaining these sightings knowing they aren't legit.
Mm-hmm.
So Sewell says, T, thanks for the update. As a mother, I can only image what you're going through right now. My thoughts and prayers are with you and the family. Can you update the neighborhood with what he was wearing? Color of jacket, book bag, bicycle?
Blue jacket. He had his bike at one point, but switched with his sister. So he would be on foot now unless he got in the car with someone. No book bag on, blue jeans and tennis shoes. Jacket had a... Good night, MK.
Good night, MK. It's a little blurry. Let me know if you could do it. It says jacket had a...
Jacket had a... hood. Sometimes he wore it and sometimes he didn't. 4'10", about 90 pounds.
Thanks, Jack. When reading comments, Emily, please, your infamous accents. Don't mean to be an a-hole, but I have to provide constructive criticism. I cannot. Not for this. I cannot. I only do that for Wade. But thank you. And no. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, but no, I can't because it's too serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Another time.
Like, man, I just feel like I'm poking fun and I don't feel...
I know. Yeah, his sister did not see him after school to switch bikes. You forced Lena to ride her brother's bike while you cleaned up the murder.
Mm-hmm.
Horrific.
I feel like it was probably like they got home from school, they made their own snack. She made them go outside, get away from her while she did her own thing. And they came in, you know, like baths and bed. Like, I don't feel like she really spent any meaningful time with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, never.
Which is really sad because that's like the only time you really get as a parent with your kids or your stepkids, whatever the case may be. That's the like best time you get with your kids. I don't know. Bath time's the best around here. Like,
Yep.
It's fun. We sing songs. We eat dinner. I don't know. It's just sad.
I agree. So this person had posted, I can tell you all this. For the first time, her Facebook Messenger is silent with no activity for over 14 hours. And if that doesn't go to show you that she was always active, she was always active. And I wish we had the date of this because I'm really curious if this was when she was arrested.
Very suspicious.
But even the strangers knew, dude, she's not active for the first time ever.
Yeah.
God, read Jada's post.
She is literally on 24/7 and she reads my messages instantly, always, and replies till yesterday.
I need a date. I need a date.
I know.
So Tisha, these are the message between Tisha and Albert. And this is Tisha saying,
he said something about a friend. Bath salts are dangerous.
Yeah, sorry, that was Albert because Tisha texted. No, that was my fault. Tisha texted from Gannon's phone to Albert. We believe it was her.
Yeah.
Setting up the stage of like him using drugs with bath salts. So Tisha wrote, he asked me yesterday, were they the same as salts? I told Harley and she was like, Mom, the bad ones. And I just told him, no, bath bombs weren't the same. I'll ask him why he asked you.
I wonder if that actually happened, MJ. If she actually asked Harley. You know what I mean? I doubt it. But
I doubt it, yeah.
And the kids need to stay off TikTok. Talk.
Okay, yeah. I think of him like as such a dad saying talk talk.
Yeah.
Okay, is that bad? And he said, don't worry about it. He was just asking to see what they were. Okay. So Al says,
He is talking about a friend that brother has a car and doing a sleepover. Same kid that asked about bath salts. Absolutely not.
I haven't let him ever do a sleepover, and he will not do a sleepover. We don't even have bath salts. Is it like the ones for the tub?
Yes, research it. It's bad. It's kind of like meth, I think, when they use them for drugs. It's deadly.
Like this? Epsom salt?
My God, I thought you didn't have them.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Can't. I think.
He came in my room asking me about it last night, and I gave him a bath bomb. He took 2 baths. I just thought he was dirty from his pants.
It's fine for baths.
So, you guys, according to Tisha, at that hike on Sunday, the day before he was murdered, you have to understand, Gannon was born a little over 1 pound. He was a preemie. And from that, he had a lot of gastrointestinal issues.
Yeah.
And so, even though he had seemed to have been doing really good for the last few years, his mom said he hadn't had an accident in a while. But according to Tisha, she said that he had an accident during the hike where they had to cut the hike short. I struggle to believe that, though. I really do.
Even if it is true, there's a lot of research regarding kiddos, particularly who experience regression when they're in, traumatic situations, experiencing trauma or abuse, neglect, things like that.
Yep.
So if he were, I think it's pretty apparent why it was happening more often.
I think she was dosing him because she admitted I think it was in her interrogation. She would give him his medicine when he was home on the weekends because she didn't want him to have accidents. But during school, she wouldn't. And if anything, he should always have his medicine. But if anything, it would be opposite. You're going to send a boy with those types of issues to school without medicine to help him regulate going to the bathroom for the potential for an issue, but then give him the medicine when he's home and has the free use to his own bathroom?
Yeah. I know. And I think she probably punished him for it as well, which is sick because she was likely. In my heart and soul, in my opinion, I feel like she was the primary reason for it. And then, gosh.
Yep. She was giving him Miralax. Now, again, he was able to take Miralax if needed, but she was, I think she was overly dosing him.
Me too. Freaking sick, man.
So it says, she told me that Albert knows better and wants nothing more than his family to be together. I don't know what that word says. Just sounds like her. The sad part is she very well may be Hollywood rich when this is over if they don't nail her on this. Maybe that's why he's so quiet. He is working. They talk to each other several times a day.
Wow.
Okay. All right. I can't zoom up. There you go.
Geez, that's awful. Sounds like she aspires to be Casey Anthony. Oh, how convenient.
You can just read them all.
Have you left any new messages? Her message for me is still not even seen. And she definitely doesn't go to bed at 8 p.m. and sleep in. She is usually on 24/7. So
again, would people notice when all of a sudden Tisha was no longer active because she was active 24/7? Hi, Fern. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the name, but hello, Fern.
Hello.
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 We had several chats before I was even in here, and she opened up to me about what was going on. I joined this group and then began to really see what she was about and pay attention to the case.
Did you get any truth out of her?
She has family that are from where I am and relatives that I know, etc. A very loose connection, but was enough for her to tell me things. And she told me she was going to be very rich. Her words were like Hollywood rich when this was all said and done.
Same. Mine says last active yesterday.
What person in their right mind, even if they were innocent, would
Right?
ever say, when this all said and done, I'm going to be like rich, Hollywood rich?
Only her. Only someone fashion.
So fashion.
Jesus.
So this is Shannon saying to Tisha, "You're disgusting. Trashing a mother who's missing her child because of her past, like you don't have your own lengthy track record. Everyone has their skeletons. If you want to come on here talking about all this stuff, let's get to the truth about why you left with Gannon and didn't return."
Mine doesn't involve giving up my kid.
No, yours has to do with assault charges and the cause of one disappearing.
Yeah. Freaking Tisha.
So Tisha wrote,
Robbing people.
"Why are you so concerned about everyone else's accusations if you aren't guilty of something? Shouldn't you be worried about Gannon and where he is? If it were my child or stepchild, I'd be right there giving the middle finger to everyone, and I'd be out doing everything I could from the start, including going to the vigils. Instead, you're on here bashing Landon and making sure you talk so highly and solely about yourself."
Yes.
Okay, we read that one.
I like Shannon.
I know, me too.
Hey, Shannon.
So this is someone random who had just messaged Tisha. And again, does Tisha just not answer random people? Like, imagine how many people are probably messaging her. Nope, she decides to answer all of them. This is what they said to her.
Tell the truth and give Gannon the respect he deserves. Why can't you let him rest in peace?
So she says, "I hope that you can," and this is, well, it says Saturday. "I hope that you can find it in your heart to just have faith and believe in my innocence. I know it's hard, but throw the first stone, crucify me, tie me down and beat me yourself if it comes out that I am guilty. Deal." Sure. So I'm sure you're a good person and maybe even have kids. And I know you probably have anger. I understand, but give me a chance and I swear to you, in the end, you will see I didn't hurt Gannon. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I read those. Oh, I think it repeats. Okay. Okay, hold on. I have to send more. Hold on. Okay, where did I last leave off? Let's say.
Little past that.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always, because this is like probably the 4th time I've done social media posts, I always have the halfway mark at the same spot usually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know how that works out every time.
I know. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I see what's coming up.
There's so much to this. Like, I give you props. There's a lot to have to manage and pay attention to, and I struggle just to like read and look at the chat after I talk to everybody. So
You get used to it though. You know,
Not
trust me, if you go back to my first live, I just don't go back there, all right? Please.
Whatever.
Okay, let's say. All right. So, and I'll show you guys Tisha's criminal past too, for anyone who didn't see those lives.
Yes.
All right. So Tisha wrote, "So basically, I have 2 choices. admit to something I didn't do in an accident form to get lesser time, or still get charged and convicted of something I didn't. Wait, hold on. I think I'm backwards. Damn, all of them are coming in backwards. Okay. No, wait, maybe I'm not.
I'm just gonna say I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna go backwards. It's all right. So basically, I have two choices: admit to something I didn't do in an accident form to get lesser time, or still get charged and convicted of something I didn't do because I could never have a trial in Colorado. So is that right? Now, the person she's talking to, I don't remember if, I think they were law enforcement. So they were trying to like give her general like advice, but nothing.
Were
official.
they? I was confused about it. I am now. Maybe I remembered before, but I couldn't remember who, because I went back through some of your older lives to go over some of these, and I can't remember who this is.
I remember there was someone she was talking to, and I'm pretty sure because now that I just jumped through it, I recognize the messages.
Okay.
It was someone in not like just like a normal person in law enforcement.
Oh, okay.
Who was like giving her advice. I don't know why. Good night, Elena. Oh, thank you, Elena.
Thank
again.
you.
It's so sweet. Thank you so much. It's just lovely seeing you. So I hope you come back for part
Green
2.
Queen.
But thank you. Congratulations. Okay, so the person responds.
If you were innocent, then of course I would never admit to doing something that you didn't do. They have to have proof to charge you. But I think they're trying.
Yeah, that cuts off.
Oh my God, damn it.
So the person says a polygraph is a good idea. Who is doing it? Someone you choose or someone the police chose?
I wasn't talking to anyone that was all these but jumps with fake accounts and cloning profiles. No, the police didn't ask. I told Albert to pick someone and call them. So I'm here now, waiting for them to call me back.
Oh, you're here now? Really?
Yeah, right.
We heard that call, ma'am. See, I feel like, I don't want to read it backwards.
I know. Hold on.
So she says, we turned the wood over. And I don't think she realized this, by the way.
Yeah, I know. With DNA, they would be able to tell it was Albert's.
So Letecia really didn't know, and I'm sure you guys were able to tell from the pretext calls, that blood all over the walls and stuff. Originally, she said it was a lot of things, but one of them, she said it was her own from a miscarriage, from the assault. She didn't know that they would be able to determine whose blood was whose.
And from Gannon picking his scabs or something from his burns, and
Yep.
it was a little bit of everything, according to her, so she could cover all her bases.
She was like, yes, and Gannon's was on the wood, because at this point, guys, they found the particle board where she had originally put Gannon's body one of the times with blood on it. And she says it was from a small injury. I mean, everyone has blood in their house with kids present that they may have cleaned up or got cut.
Yes, that's true.
So she's just trying to
go along with the flow.
Oh, wait. Now that I'm reading this, I feel like you're right there. I feel like after I went through this last time, I realized this was someone specifically, and I don't remember.
I know. See, that's what I'm thinking, but I can't remember myself. I'm sure it'll come to one of us at least.
It will. Well, they let them in a supposed crime scene for 7 days.
Wait a minute. Is the house off limits now?
Yeah, now, but not for the first 10 days, which I wasn't even there.
You say the crime scene, like perfect. It's so perfect. It sounds just like her. They're definitely building a case against one of you guys. Do they still have your vehicles?
But you keep saying that. Building a case? Like, what evidence is there? I didn't hurt anyone.
Well, why did it move? Okay. Well, if they can't find Gannon, then it's going to be circumstantial. Where do you think he could be?
I don't know. And I do have the Baez law firm, but they are just pre-investigation right now. So people there would need to contact them, you know? And I'm doing a polygraph today. I know it can't be used, but just to prove to them.
Oh my God. I swear.
Okay. So she wrote, proof that I drove to Petco or half evidence that they only have on one side of a truck. What evidence, though, since you have experience?
I'm not sure what all they have right now. Everything in those groups is speculation, and some of it is crazy.
That he was having a silly few days of silly accidents. They can't blame me of him starting a fire and having blood, and they saw the candle.
It's always someone else's fault. How much blood did they find in the garage?
And the fire people investigated, which that was another narrative. She said she had a friend who was a fire detective that came and gave the okay.
And you didn't answer the question, by the way. So, what else is new? Something that would be explained away by a small cut.
Yes, in the garage.
What was it? Just a small amount?
Plus, Albert cut his finger off in the garage.
Again. Weird. They can tell whose blood it is.
There was slips, and some got on the wood. So Tisha, like the idiot she is, was not able to understand that they're able to determine whose blood it is.
What?
Oh, so this is the continuation. Are you on, right, Tisha?
Sure. No, the police didn't ask. I told Albert to pick someone and call them. So I'm here now, waiting for them to call me back.
I think that's a good idea. And even if the police don't use it, at least Albert will be back on your side.
Mel, I didn't do this. I'm sure you have heard that before.
Then they will not be able to prove that you did.
Okay.
Which okay is the most passive-aggressive response you could ever give.
Okay.
And the fact that Mel is saying, hey, if you didn't do it, they won't be able to prove that you did. But that's not a nice, convincing answer for Tisha. It's just like, okay. Because she knows
don't
she's
answer at
guilty.
all. Yeah, exactly. Like, don't say anything if you're gonna no. God.
So she says, stay strong and be truthful about everything, or the lie detector will pick it up.
I wish they did a real one on her.
So
She needed it.
look at this. So Mel says, go ahead.
If the test goes in your favor, turn it over to law enforcement so they can turn their focus elsewhere.
I have finished it.
When will you get your results?
I'm waiting here now to find out. Not the results, but when.
Is somebody with you?
No, it was in a private room with someone who was certified. Is that bad?
Okay. No, I just meant, is there someone there for moral support?
So what I want you to remember is this right here. February 18th, 2020, 12:27 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Tisha writes, yeah, to let them keep going on these groups, it only helps because it hurts a potential trial, etc.
The public opinion means nothing. I think if they really suspected you, they would be grilling you and questioning, trying to make you confess.
Yeah. And it's this point, he don't want to go bouncing around who he is. That will bring attention like crazy.
I agree. Keep everything quiet.
And he's technically pre-investigative. So she's talking about Jose. Now she's talking, this is jumping back to like, don't send anyone the polygraph test results. She says, yeah, I don't trust anyone having it, but I would meet someone to verify the source.
Send it to the police.
No way.
Lawyer?
Even though it's not admissible, attorneys can still use it in closing argument and then pretend to tell the jury to forget it. Yeah. Attorney said no way to give it to them. I begged them for 1-2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
She did not beg law enforcement for a polygraph test.
Jim John Doe, no.
Nope.
I really hope that this is not going to go to a trial.
Hold on. Sorry. I got to plug my thingy in.
You're good.
Plug it in. Plug it in. Why isn't it working though? Charge.
The comments always, I laugh so much reading the comments. I love the Tisha group so much. It feels like home.
Why isn't charge?
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
Are you plugged into the wall?
I'm totally plugged into the wall.
No, I did that earlier. That's why I asked.
Shit, I should have tried this before it wasn't on such a little battery.
Oh no. I had that happen recently with mine. I don't know why, and I got really lucky and Googled why my power cord wasn't charging, and for some reason it's still working. But one of these days, I can feel it coming.
Hello? Help? Okay, got it.
Good?
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. Oh, my back's killing me. Okay. That's on them. They lost that window of opportunity. I'll work with them when they stop harassing me and agree to look at another person. But until then, they have been horrible to me.
Yeah, because they could have lost precious time looking in the wrong direction.
So Tisha's not willing to do anything unless you look at another person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we read this. All right. So this is what Mel says.
If you pass, I would be having it sent to law enforcement. If you don't, I wouldn't mention that you even took it.
Okay, will it just say pass or fail? They just said I should have the results within 24 hours. So remember, this was February 18th at 12:30. Is that normal? Like on TV, they start telling people then. Or is that TV?
You're the only person the results are going to, right?
Look at the name. A condo in the hood. I love it. I don't know. She says yes, and at this point, I can't help but be defensive.
There's so many rumors out there. I don't even know anything that is true.
Same. I don't know what happened. I really don't. Bitch.
Yeah. But I did hear police say not to listen to social media. So they must be aware of all of the rumors.
Kimberly, I don't really know exactly who she is. I just know that she had experience in law enforcement, and that's why Tisha's asking for help.
I wonder if she was involved in one of the groups or something. I can't remember her tie. That's one thing I'm going blank on.
I feel like I do this every time I hit these messages, and then some point later I figure it out. Oh, this was that person.
I know. It's going to come back. It will. It always does.
Yep. Once we're all moved on and it's not relevant anymore.
I know.
So this was a random person who reached out saying, where is Gannon? What is done in the dark always comes to light. Always. I also don't know if that was the case. I was asking if that was what happened. There's a reason.
Exactly. You will see. Thanks. Give it a few days, I promise. Believe and pray.
Well, I am praying he is okay. This case has captivated me tremendously. He is so young and deserves to live a prosperous life. He has made an impact on this earth, and I am praying he comes home. So, okay.
Me?
Yeah.
Did you get the results yet?
So, this is the same day at 11 p.m., okay? Yes, I did. Yeah. Thumbs up.
Awesome. Thank God. What did Albert say?
I only told him, just please remember this, because this isn't even Mel. This is another person. She told Mel On February 18th at 12:30, she just took it. Okay. Now this is another person. I only told Albert.
Hopefully this will make him believe you.
I'm not showing anyone but in person.
It's already all over the group. I read it about a half hour ago. Let me see if I can find it.
No, God. She had no self-control. None. I'm only showing Albert. I'm not telling anyone. Bitch, it's already all over the Facebook groups. You posted it.
Womp womp.
Oh my gosh. This person says, T, do you know why a reward has not been put out yet?
Because they're too busy collecting it for his piece of crap mom who don't need it. If she cared, donate that to finding him.
Wow.
I know, and I feel like crap reading that, but this is who she is. You know what I mean? This is her. So.
And she's talking about a lie detector, but she's lying about the lie detector.
Mm-hmm. Typical.
Yep. Wow, this is so uncalled for. Not only bashing his birth mom, but also calling out all these neighbors that helped you look for this poor little guy.
Not the neighbors who helped. The ones who hide behind keyboards, but didn't say anything at the vigil.
She's attention seeking.
Yeah.
Okay. T says, honestly, Mel, if I came off insensitive, I went into defense mode. I've had to defend these kids for years from harm, and I thought it was someone we knew.
I heard Bio Mom had some issues.
Beyond mine and your comprehension. A guardian ad litem placed them in my custody while Albert was away. Then when we got to COS, they only shared custody for technical reasons, but they lived with us and visited her on holidays. No. I mean, she did have that, but all this other stuff happened before. The high risk only came into play in the end after they were already with us in Alaska. Wow, I'm sorry. It's
A little arrows in
It's
there.
okay. That they won't.
Go ahead.
Yep, that's you.
How long ago did you leave South Carolina?
Nav, yes, she wasn't sleeping, but also she had no self-control. So whenever she knew anyone was, I don't know why she desperately wanted to convince everyone of her lies, but she did.
Yeah.
They're in the areas when they should shut down the borders. They should have released the description.
Dr. Stauch spelling border. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like an Amber Alert?
At the time, I couldn't remember.
Do you think he ran off and got lost, or do you actually think someone took him?
Someone took him.
No, they did. He didn't accidentally leave this time.
Okay, this is the continuation of Mel and Tisha's. When Mel says, go ahead, you could, if you pass again.
Yeah. If you pass, I would be having it sent to law enforcement. If you don't, I wouldn't mention that you even took it.
Okay, will it just say pass or fail? They just said I should have the results within 24 hours. Is that normal? Like on TV, they start telling people then, or is that TV?
You're the only person the results are going to, right? Did we not just read this, MJ?
Yes, but it cut off right
here.
Oh,
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, they asked me if I wanted to sign a release form to anyone, but then said I could always do that later.
Definitely do it later.
Okay, yeah, I did.
Okay. I'm surprised law enforcement hasn't asked you to take one. They will usually do that to rule somebody out if they have suspicion in the beginning.
I asked, but they kept saying they can't use it. Only some states.
Can't use it in court, but they do use it to rule people out.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's what they meant. So trashing the mother of a missing child regardless of her past does nothing to make you look good. It reeks of desperation.
I don't give a fuck. Wake up.
It's
God,
horrible.
I hate her. She isn't a mother. Open your eyes. She has something to do with it.
Right there. She has something to do with it. Blaming now his bio mom. No one is worried about her mothering skills. Everyone is worried about bringing Gannon home.
And I'm not desperate for anything because I haven't done anything.
Then, then why the need to continuously defend yourself? Keep your head down and cooperate with the police until Gannon is home.
Word.
This is poor Landon explaining in all of these damn Facebook groups.
I know. I was in the hospital having my youngest. I am extremely high risk and was hospitalized from March to September. Came home after Hurricane Florence. During that time, it was best for Lena and G to go with their dad. We switched times. We have shared custody with dad being primary residence. She shouldn't even have to explain that, you know?
You don't have to explain yourself, but I am very sorry for what you had to endure. My prayers are with you and your precious son.
It's a night.
It's cut off. It's okay.
Yeah, I see.
Wow, seriously?
Yes, she isn't a mother.
Don't you think this is a bit uncalled for? Seriously?
Nope. Wasn't uncalled for to treat me that way. Straight goes both ways.
Their child is missing and you want to start online drama for no freaking reason? Grow up.
Mm-hmm. Tell him, Susan.
This is just Landon. Okay. So here's Landon's post.
Thank you so much. Stayed at her house one night with my brother and my aunt came the next day. Flew out Tuesday. Been set up at a hotel. Not with Al, just my girl and family. Gannon has ADHD and takes meds only for school. When his stomach is upset with his normal issues, he does not miss school. I'm not placing blame, just things just do not add up. Those pics were after Albert and before my latest husband. I had the children up until March with shared custody with Albert and T. We switched when I was having issues with having my child. Was in hospital from... Sorry.
Are you fine?
I don't know why it's cutting off here.
It starts right at the top again, basically. Was in the hospital from March to September.
Oh, okay. Left after Hurricane Florence. As far as drugs, I smoke. I have had hard times, yes, but never left my children. I had to make that decision. I talk with my kids every night when I can reach them. Also, fly and visit. They just left South Carolina on January 5th to come back home. I visited for Halloween for Gannon's birthday. Yeah, in September, but was spread out enough before the next time I could fly to see them. Tickets are expensive and I work full-time, so I fly when I can. I've never lost any rights to my children. We all had custody with residents being here. Sorry, it cuts off in some spots and it's hard for me to pick up again.
You are totally fine. Thank you, honey, for 19 months. Loving you, cover Tisha. Thanks, Melissa. Always. And thank you for the support.
Thanks, honey.
Thanks, honey. Okay, and I was excited to get here. So this is one of the alt accounts Tisha created to defend herself in the Facebook groups. But now that you guys have, because there was a support T Stauch group that was opened. I don't know who exactly opened it, but Tisha managed to even become like an admin on it through this alt account. But what is interesting is she wasn't the only one with access to it, because after she was arrested, we'll hear her half-sister, Amy, mention, I almost had to pull out Peyton Marie to go out and defend Harley. So it's interesting that her sister had access to it.
Yes, I remember that now. There
Yup.
was someone in chat earlier too saying they had actually, I can't remember who said it, sorry, but they had said that they had spoke with Peyton Marie on Facebook when this was
No
happening.
way.
Yeah. Who said that? If you're still here,
Who
tell
said that?
who said that?
That's
Because
crazy.
that's I would love to like know more.
I would love to know that too. Who said
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. It was like way earlier and I caught the end of it and I didn't get to see the name. I wanted to say something, but I can't do all these things at once.
Yeah, no, it's hard to multitask. I
I
don't.
know. Got the phone and the
Was it her
laptop.
friend? Maybe it was her friend. Um.
Yeah.
Okay, so Peyton Marie, this account says they definitely had info, lots of it, and told her she was covering for her pimp and so many other illegal searches. Like, pimp? What the fuck? Not to mention, it's bad enough for everyone to live this nightmare, but then for someone to get a ransom text, but no reward is offered? The recent Snapchat of Gannon, still no reward, and keep telling the family they don't know where the body is? Truth is, Gannon is out there and they are searching in the snow. He is with someone not in the snow. They drop the balls on so many levels. So if you're asking yourself, hey, what ransom text? What Snapchat? None. This is just what Tisha claimed happened, but you'll see a lot of familiarity the same way the last text to Al, right, was they're searching in the snow. Stop searching in the snow. He's not there, And then this Peyton Marie is always paralleling exactly what Tisha said because it is Tisha.
Mhm. Hey, wasn't it Amy B that said I almost had to pull out Peyton Marie?
You mean nasally Amy?
No, that was
The
Amy
other one, yes,
Amy
Amy
Lames.
Bolton, yes.
Yes,
Yes, it was
yes,
Amy
that's who it
Bolton.
was. Okay.
Yes.
I was
Yes,
trying, yeah, I was like, who was that? That's who it was. I
you
got
are
it.
right.
Carolina said that it was Aries girl.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's so cool. I would love to hear about that.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, so here are more of her messages you could read.
He is under stress, of course, but when you have a sheriff's office who refuses to do anything but dig in the snow and search ponds, you get manipulated. Not making excuses for him, but damn, find the real target.
And that's about Al, right? Oh, why isn't Al supporting Tisha? Well, listen, he's under a lot of stress. And if you had the sheriff's office, just kind of basically digging in the snow, can you blame him? So he really does love and support Tisha, but he's just being manipulated.
Jesus Lord.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing is crazy. Like, they could instantly match a sock to the case. Whack. Stress or not, I'm sorry, but if I was T, there would be no coming back from this as far as.
Oh, you cut out. Baby, come back. You could on me. Natasha? Well, make sure to hit the thumbs up while we wait. Thank you all so much for being here. Oh, why is my phone? I'm not sure. Maybe her phone died or audio went out, but I can't hear her. I was wrong and I just can't live. Thank you. I know RL, right? Hello, Joyce? Joyce? Where's my Joyce? Here's my Joyce. So Peyton says, stress or not, I'm sorry, but if I was T, there would be no coming back from this as far as marriage goes. I'd leave his ass. He has not defended her publicly at all. From the first interview, he has been a shitty husband in the public eye. This bitch. And she was screenshotting it and sending it to Al as if it was public opinion. But nah, that was her. Cosmo, it's been forever since I've seen you. forever.
I'm sorry it kicked me out.
No, you're fine. Did you get a call?
I saw the hello Joyce from my laptop and I was like, no.
No, it's okay. It
No.
happens. Anytime you get a call or sometimes just random things will boot the audio and you have to leave and come back.
Oh, okay. That was probably it.
Yeah. Okay, so this bitch. Okay, look at what this Matt Lisa says, which is concerning, but God.
I never doubted T for a moment during any of this case, and that has gotten me into trouble at times. I absolutely love these photos, though. I'm sure the anti-T crowd will rip this all apart, but if they honest, you can clearly see Gannon is a happy, loved child in all photos. His eyes proof it. I have a 12-year-old boy. He hates photos, always looks like I'm torturing him to get photos, and he is well loved, so I can assure you I understand fully a boy not wanting to be in photos. Let T know some of us have believed her from the start and still do.
And Peyton says, that's okay if people decided to continue to tear her down. Statistics speak for themselves. Guilty people, by now, either move on or engage in erratic behaviors, including splurging, or men, or sadly commit shmooshmide. I think she is definitely one of the strongest people that I know to keep taking these punches, but I would too, to show my innocence. Oh, erratic behavior, you say? Not portraying erratic behavior? I got it. Given that this is you, Letecia, I definitely would consider that erratic behavior.
No sleeps.
So watch how obvious, and here she is admin, okay? Look how obvious, because now that you've heard the pretext calls, you will know nobody else except Letecia, Al, and the FBI, who wasn't saying anything, would have this information. So go ahead and read Peyton's post.
So Al calls T and asks her about a sock and piece of wood found beside the road on the search. Sure, big guy. Try again. Maybe you put the sock there since you have been in and out of the crime scene, or maybe you are lying because cops tell people what they find, right? Wait, this is El Paso and they violate constitutional rights, so I'll give you that. How about tell them you chopped your finger off in the garage and that Gannon got hurt one time while you were teaching him to use a box cutter? He sucks, just like he did at softball. Clean blood in the garage was from you and your hobbies. Hashtag GannonStrong.
Tell me that's Tisha without telling me that's Tisha.
I hate it.
In the crime scene. And once again, now here we're blaming Al. Oh, yeah, all that blood they found. Why don't you tell them how you chopped your finger off and that's your blood?
Okay,
Maybe.
Peyton.
What's wrong with her?
Liar.
Yep, and her constitutional rights. Wash, rinse, repeat. But this is exactly everything that she would say. I don't know how she was this stupid, man. I really don't.
I know.
So let me go ahead and clear this up. T was questioned illegally, but still for 11 hours and then slept for 5. So you can ask the police, Al, or anyone at the home, you know, the one that was a crime scene with people living in it, where the sock came from.
Jeez.
Okay, we read that one. So this is what Peyton Marie says about Al.
I agree, and he will regret this. It will be his worst mistake ever. That is very
Haunted.
Yeah, very much so.
It'll
Very
be
much so.
Al's worst mistake ever. He will regret this. Are they going to DNA test every piece of plywood they find on the side of the road, Peyton?
Seriously. It's like, even if it was, so what? People have been in and out of the home for weeks. Maybe they did it. Sounds like a witch hunt. Anyone could have grabbed anything out of the home.
Yes, Tisha. Someone grabbed a piece of particle board that happened to have Gannon's blood and tossed it off the side of the road, all to frame you.
Mm-hmm.
Makes total sense. Okay, so we got 3 more, and then that's where I'll do the halfway point because I'm gonna remember. I always it hits the halfway point at this same point, but it's a heartbreaking point. So
Aw.
people are saying, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" I don't know why I just got that accent. And
I don't either. I was like,
I'm so sorry. I was blowing out my vape, and I
I
don't
love
know
it. Don't be
why.
sorry.
When I blew that smoke out,
For fuck's sake.
that accent came out. I am so sorry. Jeez. Oh, for fuck's sake, I mean. Sounds like Alice reaching now. Jesus. Don't know where that came
Okay.
from.
Sorry.
It was
Okay.
funnier if you were able to see the smoke leave my mouth. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. My mouth was smoking.
Oh my god. I wanted to do accent when everyone's like, oh, do the Tisha accent. I wanted to do it so bad, but I'm like, man, it's just not the right time.
I know it's not the right time. It's hard.
I promise I'll deliver another time.
Hell
okay.
yeah.
Then called her and asked, did she hit him in the head with this wood and leave him somewhere else? Like, what the fuck? She has no motive to do any of this. And to leave one sock and the plywood, get out of here.
So this is how stupid she is, okay? They just did that pretext call. And then here this random Peyton Marie account is like, and then Al calls Tisha and asks her, did she hit him in the head with the wood? Dude, and I don't know if you guys remember that pretext call, but how would this random person even know that?
Exactly.
Okay, we read that. How do you know all of this stuff, Peyton Marie?
Good question, Amy. Because I am filtering and recording everything for T and her family.
Sure, Jan. Did Al say what size sock?
Nope.
And these are verified, authentic messages between Tisha pre-hack, which I'll explain later, and then Mike Hyatt, which was Landon's husband at the time, Monday, Tuesday of the first week.
That's right.
Even though it's blurry, and I know that these come up again later, but it says, do what? Really? You think I hurt Gannon? You have lost your mind. And I've never had a domestic violence case. Someone made that crap up. Yes, I cried for Kobe, meaning Kobe Bryant. And you don't know what I did for Gannon or how I cried. And that's not even what happened. I said an accident, as in decision making. You see, unlike you, I actually have told everyone for years, you are the one who done all of the work. So like me, you did it all. And that reason, you should understand the scrutiny. I know it's blurry. Do you think you could read it though?
Yeah. But if you think for a second I would hurt church, then you are delusional. So think for yourself what you want. I just got one of the best attorneys in the country, well known for big time famous cases, and he is about to shred this apart.
Sure, Jan.
And at the end of the day, you will see she is, was, and always will be a piece of shit who didn't give a damn about herself. Oh, but about herself and money. So don't be blind. You will get done the same. I'm not guilty of anything, and it will come out. Don't blame me. The community gave her thousands of dollars to stay there, not Texas. And trust me, Albert hasn't something played into.
I know these come up again later on, and I'm going to make sure that the next half is organized because that was horrible as far as out of order. But
it's hard.
Do you remember this?
Oh,
I know.
There.
This was, and there was a lot of actually speculation that Tisha altered this, added something, but I do think it was his handwriting and from him, and it says to Tisha from G-Man, Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Tisha, so much. You are the best stepmom ever. I'm so happy that Daddy met you. What can I do without you? Tell Daddy I love him so much. Love you. Oh. And you know what I thought about every time I see this? What is it? Gabriel Fernandez.
Yes.
Kids will love you unconditionally, even when you are abusing them.
No matter what.
No matter what, that love is unconditional. And it just because I don't know, he seemed like so gentle of a soul, and I really don't think he, caused any issues, nothing that like a child just wouldn't cause, but like he just seemed so helpful and considerate. And I don't know if you guys know this, Gannon wanted to be a YouTuber, and he had a YouTube channel with one video on it.
Yes.
And he was so sweet with his friend. Hey guys, welcome back to my, and I don't know, like you could just tell he was a caring boy. And he was a mama's boy though, and that's what Tisha hated.
I agree completely.
I don't know. And you know what? Landon said the victim impact statements that Gannon loved you, Tisha, and he loved you. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what her words were, but it was something along the lines of he loved you up until even that very last moment when you were doing what you were doing to him.
Yes.
He still loved you. And that hit me. I don't know how Landon got through that, but she said I got through that because Gannon is here with me. But she looked beautiful and she looked strong. Like I don't know how to explain it. She just looked strong for it. And I don't know. I don't know what could ever drive a person to do that.
Me neither. She's definitely much more stronger than I think I would have been in that situation. Same with Al in those pretext calls. I know you never really know how you'll react in a situation until you're in it. But like you said, kids, you can do no wrong as a parent. Your kids are always going to at a certain age, they almost parents are almost godly in your eyes, and they can do no wrong. So it's that much more devastating that he loved her so much and she betrayed it.
She was trusted, and that's because I make no secret that in the beginning, I had some issues with Al. And when I say that, two things can be true at the same time, right? I can acknowledge he's a victim, but I had a lot of issues. And I used to voice that a lot, which I regret now. But my point is that I consistently throughout it never believed he believed that was ever a possibility. And you can sit here all day long and argue red flag, red flag, red flag. It doesn't do any good now. But the point is that she was trusted with the ultimate trust as far as taking care of your child. And you have to remember, Tisha was Landon's best friend initially. And so they had so much history and they went all the way back. And to know you did, not that you could do that to any child, but what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Absolutely. I had the same feelings at first too. And I'll be completely honest, I had some feelings about Landon in the beginning too. But after learning more and the situation that I'm in now, I think I see it with a different perspective. And at the end of the day, ultimately, Letecia's the only one responsible. But I do think it's still important to talk about, to notice the red flags. And like you said, she had got away with this for so long, with this behavior for so long, that it just came second nature to her. And so many people felt like it was easier to just let her get her way as opposed to fighting it, because it was the easy thing to do. It was the easier route to go. And she got braver and more daring with each stunt she pulled off and she's still doing it. That's the crazy. She's still doing it,
She is still doing it.
And she's still getting her way, if you really think about it. Like, she
back
just
in
got transferred.
Colorado.
Yeah, she just got transferred back to Colorado. She got her way again. So, like, I don't know that it'll be as much in her favor as she thinks it's going to be. I hope I'm right. Maybe I'm not. But, like, it's just so disappointing, you know?
It is disappointing, but you're absolutely right. Like, that's, you know, it still like, I still will always have my feelings that everyone failed Gannon to an extent. The only person accountable is Letecia.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that everyone couldn't have failed. Even the schools, you guys.
Yes.
School. And the point is that recognize these red flags, because you do become desensitized to it. The same way we are even watching the video footage of Tisha staging the break-ins, and you see Al, you know, and it's not even not even a year before the murder. And it's like, he got so used to the crazy, and he got desensitized to it, so that those very obvious red flags that we see now, it was his norm. And that's why it's dangerous. And you always have to make sure you're not desensitized to those red flags, because something that could be screaming in your face, you're not seeing. And unfortunately, the posts that I skipped over were about abuse, even with Lena, that was brought to Landon, and Landon confronted Tisha. And unfortunately, Al stuck up for Tisha and chose to believe her, and he apologized to Landon for that. But point is it's really hard, because it's like, look at all these red flags. Always, always, always believe your kids. You would rather find out down the line that something didn't happen versus choosing not to believe them.
Absolutely.
And then something like this happens.
Absolutely. You're their only guaranteed chance, you know?
Yeah. Oh, it's so heartbreaking.
It really is.
Lisa, I can't stop wondering what happened to our Jono. I don't know. He had sent me photos, and thank you, Lisa. He had sent me photos that really did seem like he was legit in a prison.
Really?
Yes. And
I won't lie to you guys. I was questioning it. I was nice to him, but I didn't believe him. I'm not going to lie.
I don't believe anyone's going to just stumble into my chat with like a smuggled in cell phone into prison. But he sent me actual photos. Like, now I think I did try to reverse image search and nothing popped up, but photos of inside of a janky cell, like with a really bad camera. But I asked him, write my name, and he wrote my name.
I
and
mean,
put
it's
the picture back.
Really?
And his freaking jail ID, like his prison ID. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, so I can't verify or deny, but like, he did send me the photos, and like with the newspaper with the date on it and stuff. I'm like,
really?
Oh, yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, it's very possible. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely possible. I just found the timing like crazy, because we were going over Wade stuff, and I'm like, but it happens. It definitely happens. The one, I can't believe I'm even saying this, especially the first time I'm on here, but like the one time I've been to jail, guys, I saw a cell phone in there, and I was like, what in the world? Like, this actually, yeah, it's a thing. It actually happens.
That's why I enjoy watching like 60 Days In and stuff, because it is crazy the ways that they're getting drugs and stuff, and just everyday contraband in, and most of the times it's the COs.
It was. That's the thing. It was a CO that helped them get it through. And like, I saw a whole different side that I'd never experienced before, obviously. And it was very eye-opening. Like, it's I would say, and this is just my personal opinion, obviously not statistics, but the majority of what gets in through there is through them. I mean, someone has to be turning a blind eye, because there's so many security measures in place. So it's really interesting. Like, there's a whole nother it's a whole nother world in there. So,
and it has its own like tier system and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, its own like rules. It's just like a whole different set of people. Even like, it's just a whole different. It's a whole different world, man. It's just so different. It's not somewhere I ever want to be again. But it's I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he got caught, and he just hasn't been able to get back on. So
Yeah, if he just disappeared like that out of nowhere. He was even on my Patreon.
That's right. He joined Patreon too.
Yeah, and then poof, one day and just gone.
That's crazy. Well, hopefully he's not in the shoe.
Hopefully.
John.
We miss you, John. SOS. He was nice though. There was,
He was nice.
he assured me because I wasn't comfortable, and he assured me not that I could, I guess, trust it, but he was like, "I'm not in for any crime that has a victim." I said, "Okay," because I don't want to talk to anyone that had
Sure.
a victim.
I mean, he was really welcomed. Your
Yeah.
chat's very good about that. I will say, this community is awesome. Really welcoming. Yeah.
It's a good group of people. Yeah.
For sure.
It's more than a blind eye. I think it's a staff bringing the drugs and phones. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, yeah. I agree.
It would be through the laundry, in 60 Days In, they'd have the laundry and they'd wheel it out, and then the COs put things back in it, and then it's crazy.
Yes. You know what? I've been watching, I don't know if you've seen this before ever, but I watched Prison Break way back in the day, but I started watching it again. I can't, I'm losing sleep because I just want to watch one more episode, and I'm I can't do it, but Schofield.
I'll say it fizzled out for me. I never finished it.
No, really?
I really liked the first season. I think the second season, but
it
fizzled off, and then I hate when that happens.
I know.
He has a very interesting hairline.
For sure. And
he has one of those interesting hairlines I've ever seen.
Oh my God. That's where Tisha got her Prisneyland from, right? I
guarantee
it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they call it Prisneyland in there, and that's what it made me wonder. Yes. I was just watching it the other day, and I started back from season 1 because I picked up with my husband toward the end of the whole series or whatever, and so I was I'm just gonna go back and rewatch while I work and stuff, and I started over from season 1, and then I hear Prisneyland, and I was that bitch, that's where she stole that from.
So unoriginal. She took the whole Twilight plot, yes. And now to know she even watched. No.
Yes.
What a little hoe. Poser. She probably had the option to watch it on the tablet, and she was probably watching it in real time and then stole it.
She probably did. I had to look back and see what year it came out, and I think it was 2005. It was early. It was a long time ago compared to what I thought it came out. So I'm I wonder if she was watching that and Twilight and all, and this is her whole personality, because she's so obsessed with celebrities in Hollywood and Kobe Bryant, the Kardashians. Yep. It's so weird. I don't grasp that because I've never been that way, I guess. I don't know. I don't care about that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It was really interesting though. I was I have to share.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, because I thought she always thought of that. I didn't realize.
Yeah, Prisneyland. She didn't make that up, guys. She stole it from someone else.
And that's so funny because I did go back and start season 1 of Prisneyland. Oh my God, Prison Break. Not that long ago, a few months ago, but then I faded off again.
I mean, it's really hard for me to get into TV. I don't ever get the chance anymore. But when I work, I'll try to decompress. It's the only time I get to myself is right now through 5 a.m. and then I gotta be up in a few hours and start it all over again. So
yep,
I try to enjoy it while I can, but I don't usually. Yeah, it don't keep my interest very long either. So.
Well, I'm excited to do part 2 because we have the second half of these, and what I'll probably do is I'll probably pull up Tisha's charges at the same time and just add it to the second half, so that at the end, because I know a lot of people aren't familiar with what her charges were on her criminal history, and Tisha got majority in trouble as a minor, actually, and it's really interesting to go over, so I think we should.
Same. I'm excited.
But thank you for coming on, and I absolutely adored it, and I can't wait to do part 2. And it'll be a little less, I won't say much more organized, but a little less disorganized, just a smidge.
I thought it was fun. I had a lot of fun.
Me
I
too.
appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you, MJ, and I look forward to coming back next time.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you.
Yes, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow, I think. And we'll let you know what day we're gonna do part 2. So thanks everyone for hanging out and
Yay.
have an amazing night. Good night, Natasha.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.